you? You got some work to do now, you stoner bitch. And that song runs through my head more than any other there is, and I don't know why, because I never liked that goddamn cartoon from the time I was a little kid. I mean, Shaggy and Scooby were clearly stoners, which that doesn't make them bad guys, but the cartoon was stupid. XD, Cesaro, Cool Click, Cora Gigamek, I Hate My Life, Please End Me, Smokey Loki, Gone, Dr. Rorak, Rick Grimes is in, Gohan Wiggins, Shirokage, Amisama, HD Cool Click, Lixbox Our Savior, Jaden, Spy Racer, Gareth. You know what? I've actually gotten, I was noticing this before, I've gotten a little better at rapidly firing off the names as you guys come in. Not because my brain has started to work any faster. It's just that a lot of the more difficult names to read, I've seen you guys so many times now, I've got assistance in trying to spit them out. Dr. Krieger says, well, officially, Ohio is officially locking down starting Monday at midnight. Yeah, us too. I'm in New York. Same thing here. Oh, excuse me, guys. Oh, must be residue from one of those penises I was sucking. And when's the next DBS episode reaction? No, wait a second. Now hold on a second here. Okay, I gotta highlight this one because the Shrek That Stole Christmas. When's the next DBS episode reaction? They've been going up one a day, every day for about 2.5 weeks. I'm gonna let you make a wild guess when the next one is. see if you can pick up a pattern there. Make a rap video where you just keep saying our names in an order that makes them all rhyme. Yeah, we could probably write that. I Hate My Life. If we got looking at the names, I'm sure we could put it together. Rick Grimes says, "Virgins, I am upset to say I have left the tribe." Yeah, don't be upset. You leaving Shrek says, damn. Well, come on, dude, you left yourself open for that one. Why is Boo my favorite character, Connor? Just his badass fighting ability, his demeanor. I love the whole ice cream, money, ice cream. I just love his, and as Fat Boo. Majin Buu overall is a good character, but Fat Boo is my favorite. And I guess it just goes back maybe to my days of not only wrestling but fighting, the ability to take a hell of a beating and still keep on ticking. There's just a lot of things I like about him that I associate with. Oh boy, a succubus got her hymen broke today, Lick says. God damn. Even Evan says, "Hey Curtis, you enjoying DBS more than DBZA?" I don't know that you would say more. I think they're so different in the way they're approached. I don't think I enjoy one more so than the other. I mean, obviously one is largely for comedic element and the other one is to tell a story, so it's entirely different things. Jamie says, "I'm happy to be a virgin. I'm less likely to get corona." There you go, Jamie. There you go. That's right. At least being a virgin, that's one type of potential droplet exchange that you have avoided. They should have Mr. Satan in the Tournament of Power. Cool Click says, well, you know what I like, Click, though, is how Yamcha keeps lobbying for it. Personally, I think they should put his dumbass in there so he could have got killed. But I mean, not that I hate Yamcha, just to shut him up. Scott County schools are on lockdown until April 13th. Yeah, Killer Dragon. That's nationwide. That's pretty much the thing now. It's going to be, I'll tell you guys, it's going to be real interesting to see. Hugely important to see what happens in New York now, because again, in the city, we've just got, it's become the in the president's word, hottest hotbed of infection in the nation. And Tuesday, they're going to start administering, and it sounds like on a large scale basis, that chloroquine zinc mix. I think that's going to tell us a lot. Once we start getting results from it, will tell us a lot about how long we can expect this to be down. Not that there aren't other medications being tried. There are. But I think of the limited tests you've seen, that one's shown the most promise. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. I think that's going to tell us a lot. If it turns out that it's a dud, we might be doing this for a while. If it's really saving lives, and what would be even better yet is they found out that it can actually help to prevent the virus as well as get rid of it once you have it, this could be substantially shorter than we think. Oh, geez, Kenji. He says, how was your One Piece episode 377? I'll tell you how it was, and I'm not shitting you guys. I got so jacked up watching episode 377 of One Piece and what Zoro did. I was done with the episode. And it's like, I've been trying to cut down because I buy too many goddamn anime t-shirts. It gets expensive. But I couldn't resist. As soon as I got done with that episode, I went out and I ordered a Zorro shirt that says nothing happened. Oh man, that was so fucking good. Milog says my toe hurts. Should I cut it off or go and bang other people's toes so they can know my pain? Well, those aren't mutually exclusive, Milog. You could do both. I'm just saying it. You know, both make sense to me. Wolverine says, spoiler alert, Mia Khalifa is the One Piece. Oh, I wouldn't mind. I would cross any ocean for that. Yes. Blazer says that scene specifically made Zoro my favorite character. I even said that, Blazer. Luffy's my favorite character. It's pretty much the only anime that I've seen an extended amount of. You know, if you're just starting in something, you're not really sure who your favorite's going to be. But that I've seen an extended number, either have completed or seen an extended number of episodes, is the only one where the main character is my favorite character. But after that whole sequence, Zoro closed the gap. And you know what can't be underrated as well is how badass Sanji was in there too. And I can't tell you how much I hate that we're not getting episode 377 today. I don't even think you're getting it tomorrow. Is it 376 next, Lude? I thought 375 was what I posted yesterday. I could be wrong. I'm a day and a half or so ahead, so I could be wrong. How's the Zephyr says, Yo, Uncle Curtis, first live stream I was able to catch. Oh, good. I'm glad you're in. The introvert dream treating you? The introvert dream, I'm not sure what you mean. Let's see. 376 Monday. That's what I thought, Kenji. Again, I get the numbers mixed up. But that means it'll be out Tuesday. God damn, it was so good. Sanji is kind of boring, Evan says. I don't necessarily agree with that. I just think he really came front and center with that. You guys know that I'm going to like Sanji just because of the whole the Miss One and the whole being all about the titties and everything. I admire that. But him standing up and being willing to take on Giant Teddy Bear and just basically get killed on behalf of the others, that was pretty badass. Especially, too, when you figure, as we were talking in the comment section, he's not as much of a beast as Zoro. So the odds of him dying were a lot higher than they were even for Zoro in that face-off. Shidokage says, Mia Khalifa or anime titties? Or anime Mia Khalifa titties? Yes, to all. Oh, Zoro's greater than Sanjay is what I mean. Yeah, for me too. I mean, in list of characters, favorites, yeah, Zoro's higher than Sanji. But I really like Sanjay though. Well, some young guy says, hello, you big hunk of sexy. Oh my. Chrome says, Sanji doesn't really get to win it many major fights, really. Not since Alabasta. He's kind of One Piece's Yamcha. Not joking. You think so, Chrome? I wouldn't put him that far down the list. I don't think not as long as you got Usopp there anyway. I would, even though he's a sniper, I would put Usopp closer to Yamcha than Sanji. Yeah, Spy Racer. Spy Racer says, remember dicks. Yes, that was funny oh God, that was some great shit. I actually had, and I didn't get time to, because there's a lot of days, you know, I put up the Dragon Ball Super video over at the YouTube channel. I get everything done for the Goosh. And if I have extra time, I try and make something extra. I had, what was it? I still got it here. I had a Cyanide and Happiness episode pulled up to record and just ran out of time. You put Chopper the lowest, Kenji? Yeah, fighting wise, probably. But as far as overall effectiveness, with him being the doctor and everything, I think that gives him more pop. Sanji is more like Piccolo. Yeah, I would agree more with that, Colton. Yeah, I would put Sanji more like Piccolo. I agree. No disrespect to Usopp. He is what he is. I mean, he's a sniper, and outside of that, he has really limited abilities. Let's see. You should start watching Meat Canyon's videos. I'm not even looking, Skyden. I'm not looking for anything else to add to the list. As I just said, there's a bunch of stuff out there I like and enjoy, and I have trouble fitting it in now. Dragon Sphere says I disrespect them all I want. Boo and Luffy both can stretch. That's true too. Cool Click. I didn't even think about that. That's true, but yeah, Fat Boo is just now in the abridged. In Dragon Ball Z abridged, Krillin was my favorite, but in the regular Dragon Ball, because he was in both Super and Z, of course, it's Fat Boo. Let's see. Chrome says, to be fair, I have foresight to have seen the series a few times, so I'm able to realize a bit more in retrospect. Yeah, Nami wins more fights than him, and Usopp isn't Yamcha because people had hope for Yamcha. Oh, there is that. Yeah, Usopp never had... Usopp, I guess, and goes to what you're saying, Chrome, Usopp could never underachieve because there was never any bar set for him anyway. Skyden says, I wish I could be a shut-in, but my girlfriend likes to be adventurous and drag me out of the house. Well, my wife and I went out to the local high school just to get out and about, and she was walking around the track up at the high school, and I was doing some walking, doing some wind sprint stuff. I'm still trying to get ready to play baseball. I'm hoping we can have our season. God damn, I was hoping too, because Spaz Kid's home now, so he was able to catch for me a little bit. And I know this is going to mean next to nothing to most of you. For those of you who don't know, I joined a 55 and over baseball league, and I'm just hoping we can have our season. But I got my freaking fork ball working nasty. It's working nasty because it's one thing to try and hit it, but Spaz Kid was actually having trouble catching it. It was diving and darting so much. I won't play baseball. Oh, Jamie says, yeah, Mia Khalifa, she's not a One Piece character, but she's a delightful character. If anime titties could be real, Shirokage says, but you'd have to suffer from goosh goosh, would you? Yes. For anime titties, yes. Smokey Loki says, COVID-19 is just another love tap from Mother Nature. A little reminder to us humans that everything we built is fragile, like a house of cards. Humans are resilient and adaptable. Infrastructure, not so much. True. I think we get taps like that from Mother Nature. That I agree with. I don't necessarily think that COVID-19 was one as much, just because it was stupidity and filth that created it. I mean, human stupidity and human filth that created it. But no, I get what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. Every once in a while, I think Mother Nature likes to say, hey, motherfuckers, don't forget who's honestly in charge here. So Mia Khalifa anime adaptation, Wenwick says, yeah, she's gorgeous, Mia Khalifa. She really is. She's beautiful. I remember the dad is hitting the ladder at the red because the cat is stuck in the tree. Hitting the ladder at the red. I'm not remembering that, Spy Racer. Let's see. Chrome says, apparently down across the border in England, people are piling onto the beach. That's these fuckwits were doing down here in Florida too, Chrome. Like absolutely flooding it, like a gaggle of cunts with no common sense. Can we seal the southern border soon? Same shit was going on down here. They had to specifically close the beaches because the spring breakers. And the really annoying part was, if you get a chance, watch some of the interviews with those douchebags in Florida that were spring breaking down there. Well, I've been planning this trip for like 2 months, and okay, cool. If I get sick, I get sick, but you can't stop living just because I get. And it's like, somebody shoot that fuck. Jesus Christ! If you're that level of stupid, I don't want to get going on that. it's just like the it's just like the people who, I mean, well, of course it's America, so politics has to be in everything. People are trying to blame Trump. Now, there's a lot of things to blame Trump for, but they're trying to blame Trump because a couple of Nigerians overdosed on chloroquine because Trump was saying that he had high hopes for this chloroquine mix with zinc, and he'd heard good things while when he had a feeling that it might work. So a couple of Nigerians go out and get a bunch of chloroquine and take it and overdose on it, and now you got people all over the internet saying Trump's being dangerous. No, you're a stupid. If you go out, if you hear anybody in any conversation talking about how, hey, this medicine might be good for whatever, XYZ, and upon hearing that, you go out and you self-medicate and overdose, Darwinism was going to get your dumb fucking ass anyway, because you're just stupid. So whatever happens to you, you deserve for being that dumb. Jamie says, glad to hear you're still able to pitch well. Which position is your favorite in baseball? I always played shortstop, Jamie. I had my strongest suit in baseball was always my throwing arm. And people think, a lot of times they'll tend to think that, well, throwing arm is your strength, you should be in the outfield. Well, no, because long throws, distance-wise, aren't as important nearly within the framework of a game as being able to get the ball from the longest part of the infield, which is deep short, over to first base in a hurry. So I played shortstop and I pitched a lot. But now, of course, at 58 years old, I can't throw with anything close to the velocity I used to be able to throw with. But fork balls, where you actually grab the ball like this, you choke it to the sides, and I know about choking it, and you snap it off, it'll break downward. If you snap it off perfectly, I've discovered you can make it knuckle, which means it won't spin or spin very little. And when that happens, it's amazing to watch. It'll just do anything. It dives, darts, it'll sink, it'll go in, it'll go out, up, down. Oh, that was making me horny. Let's see. Tell Spaz Boy Brad I said hi till the end of time since he was just in here. He just went downstairs. Lachlan says, Curtis, I would recommend the movie Contagion. I gotta watch that, Lachlan. Everybody's talking about it at the moment. It's the perfect representation of what is currently happening. Yeah, I gotta try and see. My wife doesn't want to watch it, and actually that's what we have planned. We're trying to make the best of it with, if we need anything, I go out and get it, because as I told you guys, my wife has asthma, and I don't want her out and about, and I don't want my kids out and about, so I keep Braxton in too. But so what we've been trying to do is make the best of it and watch some movies together and things like that. And we have one planned for later if I get everything I need to do done in time. We're going to rewatch a movie that my wife and I love, haven't seen in years, and Braxton hasn't seen it at all yet. It's called Finding Forrester. So I'm looking forward to maybe getting to watch that today. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. And Contagion, my wife doesn't want to see, so I'll only get to see that if I go, go watch it myself. Excuse me. And Jamie says, I'll choke balls for you, Uncle Curtis. Jamie, you're the best. Ivan says, you seem more like a catcher. Well, on the prison team, but this is just a regular 58, or a 55 plus team. What came first, wrestling or baseball? Oh, baseball. Toons Gaming. I got into baseball like really, really super young. Again, we're talking 4 or 5 years old. I was just, as soon as I saw it on TV, I was fascinated with it. Chrome says, seen the spring break retards who think they're immune to it. I went out once last week to get one final good meal in town before things shut down. Not the smartest, but I kept my distance from others. Yeah, and that's the thing too, Chrome. I wouldn't say, you can't even come down to yourself saying not the smartest. If you're keeping your distance from others, and we know all the routine, you washed your hands before you went out, didn't touch your face at all while you were out, and wash your hands when you went home, that you didn't risk anything for yourself or put anyone else at risk. But when you got, again, thousands of people just cramming into the beach, they're not all taking those same precautions, not even close. And you don't even have to wonder if they're taking them, because when they interview them, they're not, because they're saying they're not. Oh, no, I've been planning this too fucking long. I'm gonna have my party. You fucking dumbass. Philip says, got quarantined from work on Friday. Kind of sucks. Can't go within 6 feet of my family. Oh, shit, dude. I wonder if this is what being a leper in the Middle Ages used to feel like. Yeah, kind of, Philip. I hadn't thought of that. I'm off for the next 2 weeks. Oh, shit. Jeez, Philip, that sucks. I hope everything works out all right for you, pal. That's absolute. Which I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, it is kind of like we are. It is kind of like our own individual little leper colonies of sorts, isn't it? oh, oh man, that absolutely sucks, pal. I hope it all goes quickly for you and without too much interruption in your life. Dragonsphere says, did you see this one idiot talk about how we should spread COVID-19 to everyone? Because that's the way to save everybody. He also said he's going to shake everyone's hand. Let's come back. Yeah, people are fucking between. I don't know if they're more stupid or just basically useless altogether. And yes, herd immunity could be a thing, but going about it the way he's talking about is going to kill a whole shit ton of people who are vulnerable before we can achieve that herd immunity. Yeah, no, there's no shortage of fucking scumbags out there. Cool Click says, you explaining baseball is like a doctor doing surgery on a man's balls. Yeah, I was wondering that same thing, Smokey Loki. Has anybody heard anything more from? Nobody's heard anything from Brother E or from whoever was posting on his account. It was his brother. That's right. He said it was his little brother that was posting on his account. Nobody's heard anything more because he came in that one day, and now I haven't heard anything from him again. And you guys know, unfortunately, I don't have time to get over to the Discord. None of you guys have heard anything over there. The Nut Master Spaz, Chris Lopez says, you should watch Soul Eater. It's about a school that teaches kids to become demon fighters. There's a lot, Dylan. There's a lot of anime similar in that vein, aren't there? I like that style of storytelling too. Don't think so? Nobody's heard. Dancers. I don't know. I'll see. I probably could message him on Patreon. I don't know if he's checking messages or anything. I could try. This COVID-19 started because someone ate a motherfucking bat. Yeah, fucking bat. Well, they don't know that for sure, Killer Dragon, but it definitely started in the wet markets in China. What the hell's the name of the animal they thought was the go-between, guys? I know some of you guys have said it before. I always forget what it was. But regardless, I mean, the way they conduct themselves over there, and again, don't get me wrong. When I go off on this, because it pisses me off. I'm not going off on Chinese people. I'm talking about the Chinese government, specifically the Chinese government, because the Chinese government are the ones who should be stepping in on behalf of their people, saying, listen, I know these wet markets are a way we've done things here for years, but we just can't do it because the way that it's structured, the filth, the having these wild animals living in close proximity on top of one another, basically, butchering animals and letting the blood run through the streets of these things. It's all nothing more than a cesspool of viruses and germs. And this stuff is going to continue happening. It happened with SARS. It happened with this. As far as I'm concerned, every single person that has died and will die from COVID-19 was murdered by the Chinese government. That's the way I see it. Philip says, got sent home because I'd been driving a co-worker to work. Her landlord had been out of the country at least 5 different times the last 35 days. No good deed goes unpunished. I get, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. That's too bad, Philip. Now, Philip, you're going to get paid, though, right? You better be getting paid. Because that's what that government stimulus thing is for. That, well, it hasn't passed yet, but it's going to get passed. It better get passed early this week. Everybody will get voted. Yeah, and these assholes, both sides, these assholes in Congress need to cut the horse shit arguing back and forth about and nitpicking what's involved or how the payments are going to take place or anything. Get it done. Get money out to people that need it and get money out there so these small businesses and large businesses for that matter too can recoup some of their losses that they're going to take and make sure that employees can, a pangolin, thank you Gigamac, that's what I was looking for, and make sure that employees can still get paid. So I hope you're getting paid, Philip, while you're out. You better be. Because, I mean, that's the least any company can do because the money should be there to reimburse. But a pangolin. Colton, yeah, well, they thought for a while that it was a bat, and we know that they eat bats over there, so that's an easy jump to make because we also know bats are just filled with bacteria and germs. But they think it was a pangolin. Regardless, no matter how it happened, it still came from the same basic idea that they're just doing things that a government should step in and say, no, you can't do this. It's just the same reason that you can't do these things in America, why you can't have these wild animals stacked on top of each other, why we don't butcher animals in the streets, in the middle of a marketplace and everything, because bad things are going to happen. So, like you say, even if it was a bat, if they're wrong, it's not a pangolin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, pangolin. In any event, it was caused by filth. Philip says, yeah, I'll get paid out of my employee insurance, though the government spending will add significantly to Canada's national debt. Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting you're Canadian, Philip. Yeah, but people are saying the same thing here, and they're right. People are concerned now we're going to have this huge over $1 trillion bailout basically for everybody, for individuals, for businesses. And it's going to hurt the economy, but it's something that needs to be done. I mean, people have to be able to pay their bills. People have to have a little bit of security in a situation as dire as this. We've never faced anything this dire in this country, not along these lines. And they need to have that little something, sense of security to be able to keep going. So we'll deal with it. It'll hurt the economy for a while. The biggest thing I think we can all hope for right now, guys, and this may be too obvious to say it, but it's for reasons other than just the most obvious ones. The biggest thing that could happen for us right now is, say this chloroquine turns out to be super effective or something, and it shortens the duration of all this. Obviously, that's good for a number of reasons, but one that can't be overstated is how much that will help the economy. If we get a quick rebound from this and it doesn't drag on as long as people think, I believe you're going to see the market make a roaring comeback. And when you get that kind of consumer confidence going as well, it'll be easier for us to also recover from all this money that needs to be spent to help people get by, to help people move along, to help the companies go. If it ends up being much shorter than we think, the positivity inside of the economy will help to right things. Willie, I'm not familiar with this, Willie. The American government is using this mass confusion to pass that stupid end-to-end bill under everyone's right. I'm not sure what is that, Willie. The end-to-end bill. I'm not familiar. I am. Good to see you, hon. Ooh, don't tell me what I do in my life. I'm a shut-in. I'm a shut-in. I am. Philip says, how long are they predicting it will take? It completely depends. You got the gloom and doomers out there saying, well, this is going to be 18 months. Well, okay, they're basing that. Basically what they do is they base that on, okay, well, nothing. There's not going to be any external factors. I think they think that pharmaceutical companies and so on are just going to say, fuck it, let's just let it go. And they're just basing that on the math of how this could just keep progressing. And then they're saying, well, then there's going to be a wave 2, a wave 3. No, it's very unlikely. And for a number of reasons. I wish I could remember his name. Ben Shapiro did an interview with a man, a doctor at Johns Hopkins, who was in Obama's administration, now works in Trump's administration. Brilliant guy, and he had some really strong insight into COVID viruses or COVID strains. Fascinating interview. I wish I could remember his name. God damn it. But anyway, of all the experts I've heard speaking on it so far, he's the one that struck me when you listen to what he's basing everything on. He's the one that struck me as the most in touch. And he seems to think that because it's a COVID strain and they know how COVID strains have acted in the past, he thinks we're looking at probably into maybe June, and then it'll start to ease off. He said second wave is possible, but percentage-wise unlikely. SARS had one, he said, but that SARS beat the odds. So it all depends who you listen to. I hope he's right. But he made a really strong case. Well, I mean, the guy's obviously a genius in his field, and he made a really strong case for what he was saying, better than anybody else I'd seen. Hey, Wholesome Douche G Tracker, my dumbass ready to dump money into the stock market. I tell you, Tracker, I don't think you're a dumbass. You're gonna be able to make a. Put it this way: anybody that thinks, and I know this is all speculation, but so is the stock market. Anybody that thinks that chloroquine is going to have a significant effect on this virus and eradicating it and getting everything back to normal quicker, I man, if I thought that, I'd be investing like hell come Monday, because Tuesday's when we're really gonna start to get something put in place because excuse me, sorry guys, New York is going to use it on such a large scale starting Tuesday, and then we're going to start to really find out what it can and can't do. Oh, Willie says basically it would make encrypted calls for businesses only illegal. Really? I'll have to look into that, Willie. I hadn't heard anything about that. I guess they are slipping it past because I didn't even hear anything about that. Chrome says, yes, it was that too. I was thinking of another article I'd read, Chrome. But yes, you're right. 18 months comes from, I believe it was in the CDC's predicted timeline for a vaccine. Yeah, they said 12 to 18. But I'm not even talking vaccine. I'm just talking about, well, again, you guys know. All you guys that are in here with me, we're all people who are on the internet all the time. We know the ways of the internet. Gloom and doom gets lots more clicks than reality. So you're always going to have people out there doing their studies so they can say, oh no, this is going to kill 37 million Americans and it's going to go on for days, and here's why. And then you just spin some statistics, you spin some conjecture to make it come out to the way you want. But yes, the vaccine, if there is a vaccine for it, that's going to be a time-consuming process. What you hope for is a pharmaceutical intervention, which is what we're hoping for with the whole chloroquine thing. Philip says, oh shit, guess I should cancel my vacation, which sucks because I was really looking forward to it. Again, guys, I don't claim, don't get me wrong, because I hesitate to go too far. I don't claim to be an expert on this, but I will guarantee you I've been reading everything out there about, well, everything out there that comes from a reputable source. Philip, when's your vacation? I wouldn't go that far, depending on what it is. I have a vacation planned for late May. So I'll watch for it, Philip. When's your vacation? Don't, if it's a ways in the future, don't cancel it yet. Don't cancel it yet. Let's see. Our Savior said the stream buffered now just for some reason. Our Savior, it seems like every once in a while Susan just does that depending on the topic we're on. Doesn't it though, you guys? Doesn't it seem like certain topics or certain buzzwords get extra sand in Susan's vagina? It just seems like it to me. May, I'm going to Anime North in Toronto. I wouldn't cancel anything in May yet, Philip. I mean, unless you needed to financially or something like that. But you said you said you'll still get paid from your job. I would give it time, because if the disease goes along as is and we don't have any real pharmaceutical interference with it, then yeah, you'll probably be canceling yours. I'll probably be canceling mine. I think there's a really decent chance that there will be pharmaceutical interference before then. So I wouldn't cancel it yet, pal. I wouldn't. And you got to remember too, because of this, and I'm sure Canada is the same way on things like this. In America here, they're being very proactive about allowing people to cancel trips, to cancel plans without any, without any of the typical, I don't want to say fines, but lack of refunds that you would normally get for canceling too late or stuff like that, because everybody knows people are just waiting to see and hoping. Again, just my advice, I wouldn't cancel it yet, pal. Who knows what could happen? There's a lot of potential pharmaceuticals out there that really could have an effect on this. We just, we keep our fingers crossed and hope. And what'll happen is, okay, let's say in the best of all possible worlds, they start using this chloroquine combination. They find out that yes, it can stop the disease after 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, whatever, and it greatly drops down the mortality rate. what'll happen then is, even though people can still get it, you'll see the reins get loosened on everything, because the government will realize, okay, the most vulnerable now, even if they get it, we can stop them from dying. We can give them the medicine they need. They can be better. We know the vast majority of people now, when they get it, don't need hospitalization anyway. You're just going to get sick and then you're going to get over it. So you'll see the reins greatly loosened. So I wouldn't cancel it yet, pal. I'm not gonna. The only reason I set that one up, you guys know my family is such big Disney nuts. Well, my wife and I have annual passes. One of the reasons we have annual passes is that allows us, because the park entrance is expensive. That allows us to watch for deals. So when we see that, like, Southwest has ridiculously cheap deals going down to Disney, or when Disney gives us the really good room offers for being pass holders, or gives us free dining or something, you can put together a vacation really cheap. So that's the only reason we did it. Now, with all this happening, the airlines just slashed their fares. Disney's got all kinds of rooms open on pass holder only offers. So we got a ridiculously cheap opportunity to go on a little vacation. And if it doesn't clear up by then, we'll just cancel it. But it was crazy not to take advantage of it, because, again, who knows? You get a little pharmaceutical interference going here and everything goes back to normal or close to normal, and you're able to get a vacation really cheap. Oh, Thomas, a bunch of my friends too. I had tickets to Mania waiting on my refund. That's too bad. I had a bunch of friends, same situation, pal. That sucks. Centauri says, biggest concern is the global internet bandwidth getting overloaded from all the strain of having so many people using it while in quarantine, cause it crash for everybody. It's back to the 70s, boy. I saw that. And do you like that, Centauri, too? How they try and immediately blame that on games? Immediately, there's all kinds of articles about, well, gamers put so much fucking stress on the internet that they're gonna. No, they don't. Streaming movies do. The streaming services, Netflix, they're hundreds of times more of a load on the internet than our gaming. But everything's got to be back to games. I don't know what it is about certain parts of the media in general that it's just everything has to be turned on gamers. Wolverine says, bad touch ultraboys.exe has stopped working. PlayStation Metalhead says, saw the Be a Neat video. Love that video. And this may sound like a dumb question, but I'm curious. The younger dude in the video, what relationship is he to you, and do you two live together? No, he's just a transient. He walks up and down the street here, and I call him and say, hey, you want to do a video? You don't have corona? No, that's my son. Dragon Sphere says, Disney nuts. Mickey Mouse wears his balls on his head. Talk about giving head. Gimster says, there's now less than 30 people on site, when at top limit there was close to 600 to 700 workers on site. Holy shit, everyone from out of town is banned. Wow, Gimster, that's a huge reduction. For those who don't know, Gimster's up in the, as he says, out in the sticks in Canada. Wow. Holy shit. Shadow says gamers will survive. Gamers get blamed for everything. Every time there's a mass shooting, well, did he play video games? And that always kills me, because, okay, you'll get some mass shooter, and it's a 19-year-old male. 19-year-old white male. Well, did he play violent video games? Yes. Well, that's it. 85, 87% of 19-year-old white males play violent video games. But yeah, that's the cause of it. Because this one kid went off. That's got to be it. Fucking dumbasses. Excuse me. Dragonsphere says, even cloud streaming like GeForce now uses less bandwidth than Netflix. What else can we blame video gaming on? Oh, I know, mass shootings. Yeah, you're right with me, Dragonspheres. You're right with me. They just want to blame them for everything. And again, it's not even close. But it's easier for people to say, oh, well, you guys got to stop gaming, than it is for them to say, we got to stop watching Netflix because they want to watch Netflix. Fucking dipshits. 345 says, Curtis, please make a video showing us how to conserve toilet paper while wiping. Well, listen, I'm not the person you want to come to for that. Do you know how big my giant ass is? Oh, Jamie, you got to go? All right, thanks for being in while you could, hon. Milog says, reminds me of when I first saw your videos, Bald Man. You're dirty and talk about Pornhub among all the things made me think you and Spaz Kid were an age-gapped gay couple. Nah, see, my take on that stuff, you guys know that, has always been, you're stupid if you ignore the questionable things that are out there rather than being upfront with your kid about them and explaining to them why they exist and why they're probably, in depending on the situation, why it's something they shouldn't partake in, than you are just trying to keep them away from it, because you're not going to keep them away from it. So better they get the real word from you than getting who knows what as far as advice from their stupid friends or something. Let's see. Lude, me switching from gouging out demon spines in Doom to raising sheep in Minecraft. Gamers are too violent. Yeah. Lick says we got to round up all the Candy Crush playing moms and put them in camps as a bandwidth. Yeah. That just pisses me off. That, it's always the same old bullshit from, I don't have much there. And the reason, and you guys know this, that I am so disgusted with our media operations now is not because Trump says they're the enemy of the people or this, that, or the other. It's because my education is in journalism. I always had a lot of respect for the profession, and these people have perverted it. They have weaponized, and it's not even journalism. They have weaponized their publications. They're not journalists anymore. When you intentionally leave information out of stories or intentionally slant stories nonstop, day and night, you're not journalists anymore. You're just spin meisters. So fuck them. Most of the major media outlets could go bankrupt today, and I'd piss on their graves. Philip says, I'm going to go try to make the most of being quarantined. I'm starting to learn a language. I'm thinking Japanese since I already have a good base in it. Yeah, that would be cool as hell, Philip. That would be cool to take, you talk about trying to take a bad situation and do something positive with it. Learning a language, that'd be fucking awesome. That would be really cool. And Philip, you're an extremely sharp guy. You would probably pick it up quick. I no doubt you would probably pick it up really quick. Tsunami says, gamers are a fragile bunch, but they're not psychopaths. Mostly. Oh, really, Maz? Maz says, speaking of video games, GOG is having a spring sale. Get your cheap old games for the Corona quarantine. Yeah, Spaz Kid, I just said it to him the other day. Yesterday, we had a little time, and I said, hey, and again, just trying to spend quality time together, and I know it's boring for him, stuck in the house. I said, come on, let's go down on the Switch, because he brought it back home from college with him, and we'll play some kart. I love Mario Kart. It's one of the, and I'm not actually, it's one of the few video games I'm not actually horrible at. And we went to look for it, and he had forgotten that he had put it in a different case other than the Mario Kart case, and it's still at his college, locked in his dorm, so we couldn't play. I'm so violent at playing Animal Crossing, Glick says. Well, speaking of games, right before this stream started, guys, I don't know how many of you play this, but Brax has been into League of Legends for 5 years now. He's actually an alternate on his college's competitive team and everything. And I watch him play it a lot. And I played, years ago, oh God, the game it's similar in design. I can't think of the name of it. Smite. I played Smite a little bit. So just before we started this, I just ran through the tutorial to see how League of Legends was. It actually looks like it's a pretty fun game. I just don't have time. If I had time, I'd get on and try and play it more. It might be funny if I did. Actually, I probably should have done that with a tutorial. It probably would have been funny to make a video of me just trying to play it. But do any of you guys play League? Brax loves it. I'm just curious if any of you guys are League players. Everybody says Dota 2 is fantastic, Dab and Dab. I've heard nothing but good things about Dota. Let's see. So, Curtis, apparently we're going to get a Demon Slayer game for the PS4, Chrome says. They showed off some screenshots earlier, and it looks like it'll be a fighter. That's kind of cool. I love that series. Colton says League is pretty hard. Yeah, I can see that, Colton. I see the challenges in it, definitely. Johnny plays League every day. Colton's played since Season 2. I'm bad at it. Aiden says, if I play it at all, I will be too, Aiden. Yes, League of Legends for the win. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize that many of you guys played it. Yeah, it looks fun, but I enjoyed Smite. Smite, I just stopped playing because I didn't have time for it. I actually enjoyed it. And obviously, League is a very similar design in the gameplay, but League looks more fun than Smite was. Because League is full of e-girls, Skolex, he says. um, uh, well, yeah, Smite was fun. And at times, like I say, I only stopped playing it because, again, just no time. Chrome says not really a PC gamer. Usually stick to Switch and secondarily PS4. I can't believe how good that Switch was, Chrome. We didn't buy it for the longest time because it just didn't interest me. It's like, nah, that's not going to be good. Shows you again. I also said anime wasn't going to be good for years too. So shows you what the fuck I know. Because Switch turned out to be a really good system. Says, hi Curtis, now that my whole city is on quarantine, all traffic on roads has been suspended, so goddamn air in the city became really clear. Before it was always smoke above the city. Isn't that bizarre how fast Mother Nature cleans shit up when we stop fucking with it? Look what happened to the canals over in Venice. You guys see that? They said, in just a matter of days, the water became crystal clear in the canals. You can see right to the bottom, see the fish, and it's always muddy and shitty, crappy looking otherwise, they said. It's amazing sometimes how fast things rebound. Yeah, Skull, that's kind of cool to see. I really like those pictures. I mean, I've never been to Italy, but I just still thought it was cool to see those pictures of the canals and what they look like now. Excuse me. This virus is a wake-up call in many aspects. It is for a number of things. I agree with that. It is for a number of things. Skull, if for nothing else, then for people to learn how to wash their fucking hands properly and actually do it. Omega said, excuse me, guys. Omega says, my girlfriend has been taking full advantage of having me free. She has me teaching her to play Minecraft. We've gotten through FMAB and Helsing Ultimate. Oh, you're done with FMAB already? And Helsing Ultimate, Omega? That's cool. I wish my wife would watch those with me. That's really cool. Two great series right there, FMAB and Helsing Ultimate. Yeah, and again, Minecraft's another game I love. I end up having to walk away from playing Minecraft simply because I'll spend too much time in there. Excuse me. Johnny Bravocado says you have a better chance of finding buried treasure than finding toilet paper around here. Pretty bad here too, pal. Every once in a while, you might walk into the store when they've just gotten a truck, but for the most part, yeah, it's pretty rough here too. Minecraft's probably one of the best games out. I agree, Skull. It's a great game, fun game, relaxing game, especially for stuff like this. I mean, for me anyway. Minecraft is just a game that really has a relaxing effect on me. Well, unfortunately, I got to go, guys. As I wrote in the comments, in the title, I didn't have a lot of time to stream today, but I didn't get to stream yesterday, so I wanted to hop in with you guys. Hop in with you guys, and and touch inappropriately a little. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed the appropriate touch. Yes, inappropriate touch. Yes, it was good. It was okay. On a scale of 1 to Catholic priest, how was the bad touch? Let me see. We'll wash our hands, okay, Con says. I just want welcome to Earth, aka should how to look. Yeah, but I think the bad touch went a million out of 10. Wash everything, Connor says, indeed. But guys, thank you for hanging out and here with me with these. And again, I know people have asked about the gaming. We're going to stick with these streams at least as long as so many of us are shut down, because it seems like, for me, as well as from what you guys have been telling me too, it affects you guys this way. It's a release. It's more of a relief to have actual interaction with people, especially when people are shut down and can't have much interaction. So the hanging out, chatting, makes me feel good. Hopefully it makes you guys feel good too. And so we'll be doing these streams regularly, at least till things start to clear up a little. And I got yet another text message. But all of that said, and we talk about sharing, pumpu, sticky stuff. Go on, take your sticky stuff. This sticky stuff, you not only do not have to hand sanitize, it's better than hand sanitizer. Completely coronavirus free, sticky stuff for everybody. Well, bang, okay? Flashlight like Buggy. Most importantly, always, forever, never forget, goosh, 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 goosh.